It's been a while since my little car videos. I'm not sure this one's going to be as fun because I'm not driving. Bothers me. I have a 16-year-old driver who's running an errand inside real quick, but I'm missing my daily talks about CBD. It's been a tough week. Y'all had a tough week. I just got some, just sad news, hard news, frustrating situations, lots of stuff going on. But my motto, hello, Miss Christina, get up, dress up, show up, and have a sense of humor. That's how I've always been whenever I've been sick. So I'm getting up, I'm dressing up, and I'm showing up, and I'm having a sense of humor. So I hope that everybody's doing great. And the question of the hour that I keep getting asked, which I love answering this question, but full spectrum or isolate? Why would you take one and not the other, and what's the difference? So full spectrum has THC in it, and it is the full spectrum of the plant. It has all the different cannabinoids in it. The little THCs, the CBDs, the CBGs, all those wonderful things. And with that, you get a lot of additional benefits of taking a CBD oil when it's full spectrum. But it does have up to 0.3% of THC, which is totally legal. But for those people who have issues with, well, I shouldn't say issues, but that get drug tested, there's a curb check, 16-year-old driver.
Shut up.
He's a good driver. But those people who have to take drug tests on a regular basis, nursing, medical care, maybe athletes, there is a risk that you will test positive. And when I say risk, I say it's the poppy seed risk. If you eat a poppy seed muffin before you take a drug test, there's a risk that you will test positive. And it's not because you're illegal, but drug tests for THC are not as advanced as they are for alcohol. If, say, you were to get in a car accident and they were thought that you might be under the influence, you take a blood alcohol ratio test, and they can determine if you are within legal limits or not. So if they detect alcohol but you're within legal limits, you're fine. Well, with THC, they haven't perfected that test yet. They're not. I shouldn't say they haven't perfected it. There's not a standardized way of testing. So you could end up with a percentage ratio test, or you could end up with a test that's positive or negative. And if it's positive or negative, you could test positive, even if you have 0.01% THC in your body. So I err on the side of caution. I never want anybody to lose their job, lose their position on a team, without telling you to make that own decision. And I will say that I have many friends who have children that take the THC tincture that are high school and college athletes, and they say they're not worried about that because they don't get tested. But the benefits for their children, their muscle recovery, their injuries, the THC and the CBD together just work wonders for those kiddos. Makes me feel better that kids have joint issues, right, too, not just us. So the isolate is no THC, just CBD. The CBD is isolated out of the product, and so you are only getting CBD. So the next question is, why do you want THC with CBD? Great question, because there are a lot of people that market things differently. And in order to sell THC, it is there's a lot of legal hoops to jump through. So it's very difficult to be able to be approved to sell THC. So the people that can't sell THC choose to market it as a safety issue. They choose to say, oh, our product is safe. There's no risk of having THC. When in essence, THC, that minuscule amount, when it works in synergy or together with CBD, those two together maximize, just quadruple your benefits from just having just CBD. That's how plants work, because they're God-breathed, they're smart, they work together, they don't work against each other. So to have just a tiny bit of THC involved, we call it the entourage effect. You just get more and more and more benefit. So if you are able to take THC and you take it within legal limits and for proper purposes, THC is actually, we're on a really bumpy road, sorry. THC is extremely beneficial. So I did a little video, look down there, just to show you how in our products, we have on the bottom of our bottles, we have a QR code. And I just got a random QR reader and put it on the bottom, and within a split second it pinged, and up on my phone popped our certificate of analysis. And in that certificate of analysis, it showed me, number one, how much CBD was in that product. Y'all, there are more and more products out there. They have no CBD. There is no regulation. And so you could get a product and you're going to be paying oodles of money and not even getting what you're paying for. So you want a certificate of analysis so you know that you're getting what you pay for. So on that certificate of analysis, I could see that there was CBD. It was a huge bar. It tells you the percentage. It showed that there were other cannabinoids in there. Cannabinoids are, like, we hear about CBD all the time, but guess what? There's CBN, there's CBG, there's CBGN, there's all these different letters, which are huge. Like, we haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg with the medical benefits to taking just CBD, all the other things that are in that product, which is why full spectrum is so advantageous, just make incredible therapeutic benefits. So in that certificate of analysis, it shows exactly what % of each of those additional cannabinoids is in there, and then at the very bottom it showed me how much THC was in my product. And my product on that one was I think it was 0.23. So I think I said once before, the last time I checked, it was 0.07. So what is legal is up to 0.3%. That doesn't mean you're getting 0.3%, but it means that you will have up to 0.3% THC in your product. So that's the great thing about our products, that you can know what's exactly in that bottle right there. And to me, for any product, it shows that they are who they say they are, because there are more and more stories I hear. Oh my gosh, the stories I hear. I had a friend check their mom's CBD oil, and it was made with olive oil. And olive oil, if you've been following any of my little videos that I kind of get nerded out on, olive oil, the actual molecule of olive oil, is like a cooking oil, right, is enormous, versus an essential oil, which is inside a plant. So the essential oils are so tiny that they have the ability to work through all of our cells, and that's why they're so miraculous in healing. Olive oil is such a fat blob that it can't get into any of our cells, so it can't cause any healing to take place. So I think I'm getting off because I get really excited about all of this stuff. But to take THC or not to take THC, THC is safe within a legal limit up to 0.3%. And if you have the opportunity to take THC, you feel good about it, you're not going to get drug tested for a certain reason for work, THC is the way to go, which means full spectrum CBD oil. I hope that's clear. I'm kind of getting back into the groove, and I hope y'all have a great week. After such a tough week, remember, get up, dress up, show up, and a sense of humor. Have a great day.